I just want to do a quick video to show you how this all goes together. Get your rod, put the reel in here, and then I'm right-handed, so I'm putting it on the right side. If you're left-handed, you might want it over here. This just makes sense to me. Line up the hole in the reel and your crank, and then put your pin in. And you might notice that if you printed it in this direction, so I can get it on camera here, if you printed it in this orientation, the bottom might have a slightly larger diameter. It's referred to as an elephant's foot sometimes by people who enjoy Chernobyl, I guess. You can always just give it a little tap too if it's tight. So that pin holds that together. Should spin freely, and obviously you're going to deburr all this stuff, remove any adhesion, brims or anything that you put on here. Next, take your knob and put it on there. And then, doesn't really matter what side you put it on, but we're going to put a little bit of super glue on it. Pushes into there, just like that. And this all fits tightly enough that you don't really have to use glue. This is just the most common part to fall out. I don't think you need it anywhere else. I'm gonna put just a drop on here just because I've got it out. This cap goes on the end of your crank like that. The reel mostly keeps it centered, but that's just a little extra piece I put in. Hey, bud. And then the tip I do not glue in at all because it's a wear part. Your fishing string will eventually wear this out, so it's a replaceable part, so don't glue it in. And that fits a lot tighter than the other components because you don't want it to fall out. And then when you attach string, I just tie a slip knot, or I just tie a loop on the end of it and put it around here. And then I crank it in this way because it should pull off of this eyelet onto the bottom of this reel as you reel it in, and then it'll reel in like a normal fishing pole. If you go off of this eyelet to the top of your spool here, it'll pull everything at a weird angle, and then you have to crank it backwards to reel in. So that's why this tip is so long, to go to the bottom here and reel it in like a regular fishing pole. Now there's no drag, there's no button to cast, but you're not going to be casting something this long anyway. If you want to cast it, just pull 10 feet of line out and hand throw your lure out. So be good for catching little bluegills, little panfish type stuff. I don't know how much fish you can reel in with this, but right now it's ice fishing season, and I hate ice fishing, so we'll try this out in the spring with some other 3D printed fishing items and see how it works.